This will be for the Khan Academy exercise, generalizability of results. Okay, some of these are quite wordy. Kara, who lives in Canada, plays a popular online video game. Every round has a winner. Her best streak is 21 wins in a row. She wonders how that compares. The game's website has a worldwide leaderboard of players with the longest win streaks. Kara finds the top 200 longest streaks in the world in June had an average of 63 in a row. For which population is 63 wins a legitimate estimate of the average longest streak? Okay, so it says for which population you want to look at what was actually sampled. All right, you basically want to look at the sample and where they got the 63. So the game's website has a worldwide leaderboard of players with the longest win streaks for each month. And she found the top 200 longest streaks in the world for June had an average of 63. So which population does that apply to? Well, if you look at the top 200 longest streaks in the world, okay, for the month of June. So that's basically what we're looking at. It's from a worldwide sample, and top 200 longest streaks in the world for the month of June. That is your sample. All right, so the answer is going to be something along those lines. 200 longest streaks in the world for the month of June. Let's take a look at our choices. All right, answer A is limited to the top 200 longest streaks worldwide in June. Okay, answer B, it was not limited to just Canada. Answer C, the sample was not from all time, it was only from June. Answer D, it wasn't just from Canada. And answer E, longest streaks for all players worldwide. Well, no, she only sampled from the top 200. So I think that's correct. All right, the 200 longest streaks were not randomly selected from a larger population. They do not represent all players in the world or Canada, only the top 200 longest streaks. So you have to see where the sample comes from. All right, so Mia is considering moving to a different apartment than where she currently lives to better understand prices. She takes a sample of apartment complexes in her city and finds out the monthly cost for a one-bedroom apartment at those complexes. She finds the average rent of the apartments is about $800 per month. Mia can safely generalize this to which population? Okay, so we have to look where the sample comes from. All right, we're looking at the sample. She chose apartment complexes in her city and the monthly cost of one bedrooms. All right, so that's going to be it. All right, one bedroom apartments in her city only. A says only apartments in the sample, but the sample can be extended to the ones in her city because that's where the sample came from. B says only the ones in her complex. No, she sampled from the whole city. She sampled from the whole city. All right, and E is not correct because it was only for one bedrooms, not all apartments. Since the sample of one bedroom prices was randomly selected from all complexes in her city, the results can safely be generalized. All right. An administrator at a large university is curious how students rate the quality of athletic facilities. They surveyed a random sample of 80 students who participates in the university's intramural football league. 55% said they were very satisfied with the athletic facilities. For which population is a legitimate estimate of the students that are very satisfied? All right. So as always, you have to look at the sample. You want to look where the sample of students came from to get that 54%. And what they said was they took a sample of 80 students who participate in the university's intramural football league. So that's where it comes from. Let's go to the choices and look for the students who participate in the university's intramural football league. Answer B, all students who participate in the intramural football league. All right, only the survey? No, the survey can be extended. And C, all students at the university, but only those who play an intramural sport. No, not a sport, has to be the football league. All students that use the athletic facility? No. All students at the university? No. All right, check your other answers just to make sure. All right, let's see. Company that recently changed is hosting an optional picnic. Some members of the team are eating together at the picnic and share their thoughts on the new slogan. 80% like the new slogan. For which population is the 80% an estimate? So where did the sample come from? I know I keep writing sample, but that's the idea. You want to see where the sample came from. And it is some members of the marketing team that are eating together at the picnic. So the sample is not from the whole company. It's only the members of the marketing team that happen to be eating together. So I think we can extend that 80% to the actual marketing team. All right, let's see the choices. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be A, only those members of the marketing team eating together at the picnic. You might be tempted to say B, all members of the marketing team, but only those at the picnic. But the problem is, this sample here, some members of the marketing team that are eating together, the problem with that sample is that it is not randomly selected. Okay? If it's just coincidental, like it happens to be people that are eating together, that's not a random selection. Okay, so you can't extend that to the whole marketing team or the whole company. That is very specific. So it's only A, the members that are eating together at the picnic. All right, the members eating together weren't randomly selected from the larger population. So they may not represent all employees beyond their group. All right, one more. Large gym, hundreds of members, offers yoga. Members are free to take the classes, but not all members interested. Some never take it. Non-members can also take it, but they pay a fee. Manager is curious about the satisfaction with these yoga classes, so they survey a random sample of anyone who has taken a yoga class at the gym in the past year. 78% are very satisfied. Which population does the 78% apply for the very satisfied? Well, where did the sample come from? Anyone who has taken a yoga class at the gym in the past year. And it is a random sample. Anyone who has taken a yoga class at the gym in the past year. Let's take a look. Answer D, anyone who has taken a yoga class in the gym in the past year, but not before that. A is only those who surveyed. No, you can extend it because it was a random sample. All members, it wasn't just members. All non-members, it wasn't just non-members. Anyone who has ever taken a class? No, because it was only in the past year. All right, so the two main things, you want to see where the sample comes from. All right, and the result could be extended to that population, wherever the sample comes from. But the thing you have to do is make sure it's a random sample. Okay, you can't extend the findings to the population if it's not a random sample. Okay, so it has to be a random sample and see where the sample comes from.